Hi everyone. So we're 2 minutes tardy to the party, but better late than never on a Friday. Patty Cakes is in my lap, and so we're ready to start our new normal town hall. We'll wait for folks to join in and then get started. Say hi. The people want to see you. Say hi. The people want to see you. Good evening to all of you. Okay, so you guys got on here fast. So this is our new normal town hall. If you've never been a part of it, that's the west side of Manhattan behind me. We will start now with maybe Nicole, it looks like. Let's see. Hootika boy. He just had his dinner. Hi.
Oh, hello.
What is your name?
My name's Nicole, and I'm
It
in
is.
Camoy, Puerto Rico.
Where in Puerto Rico?
In Camoy, it's on the northwest coast.
Absolutely. Tell me about your new normal.
So I'm in my last semester of law school, so we're doing law school all online now. But pretty much just doing schoolwork and trying to figure out what's going to happen with the bar.
Wasn't that, if I remember correctly, in fact, they reached out to me and asked me to let everybody know that was pushed back, right? That was delayed until what was it, September maybe?
So we're not really sure. It kind of depends on what jurisdiction you're taking the bar in. So I know New York pushed it back until September, but every jurisdiction has until May 5th to make a decision.
Okay, got it. Okay. Are you originally from Puerto Rico?
No, my dad was in the army, so I moved around every few years. But I did most of my law school actually in Kentucky, in the University of Louisville. But I did my last semester here at La Inter, as like an exchange student, so I could try to come here and try to find a job.
How do you like the island?
Oh, I love it. I actually worked here over the summer, so I was at the protests like every day, living my life, and I just decided it would be best for me to come back.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, good luck with law school. If once you pass, do you plan to practice in Puerto Rico or will you go back to the States?
I'm planning on staying here and just working at the federal level. I feel it's best to serve my community here and make sure to uplift our voices here. So for me, it's best to fight for my people here.
My people, look at that. You're not even Puerto Rico and you're talking about your people. I love it.
I know all my family's here in Camoy, so we are my people. So
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. I love it. Well, nice talking with you, Nicole.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Good night. Paddington, you've already destroyed that toy. You keep chewing on it like it's going to start making noises, but you broke it. Here, bring it here. I'll throw it. Bring me the toy. I'll throw it. Come here.
Hey, David.
Hello. What's your name?
Ty.
Hi, Ty. Where are you in the world?
I am in Denver, but I just moved back here from Puerto Rico, actually.
Okay. All right. So you're in Denver.
Yeah.
Tell me about the new normal in Denver.
It's boring. I had been in Puerto Rico for 6 months before I came back. I'm from here before that. I just got a little scared of the healthcare in Puerto Rico, so I've come back, and it's all right. I work for a travel company. I'm lucky I still have my job. It's not much going on, but it's not too bad. How are you?
I'm well, Ty. Thank you for asking. Paddington and I are a little, stir crazy. It would be nice to take a trip, but hey, those are first world problems. Definitely not a priority. Let me ask you a couple of questions because I'm interested. What brought you to Puerto Rico in the first place?
I got sick of the cold, and all my friends are snow bunnies. And I used to work for an airline, and I had visited a bunch. So I just got a place on the beach. I have a work from home job. So I thought, what the heck?
Okay, so you were there how long?
I was there from October till basically March 25th or so.
So what you said about you got tired of the healthcare is very interesting because you're not the first person who has said to me. Other people have said, these are their words, the one thing that terrifies me about living in Puerto Rico is the healthcare system. So tell me, expand on you know, the fact that that's the reason you left. Expand on it. Did you have a bad experience? Did you see other things happening that were?
Yeah, I have a friend visiting. Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi's cutting out. Sorry. I had a friend visiting, and he chopped off the tip of his finger, and he was in the ER for 2 days before a doctor saw him. They never offered food or drink, nothing. At Central Medical, like right in San Juan. It's terrible.
Yeah. That's unacceptable.
So I was like, I don't want to be stuck here if something happens to somebody, and I just need to go. So I'm back in Denver. I'll be back there eventually, though. I love it there.
So it makes me sad because, you know, you're able to leave. Other people can leave, but other people are far too tied down. Their family's there. They grew up there. They can't just bounce. And so it makes me sad for you. It makes me sorry. It makes me sad for the people who that's just their reality. That's just their
people
reality.
there are so amazing. I love it there.
Yeah. And you know what, Ty? I don't know if you know this, but they have fabulous healthcare providers there. Really good healthcare providers.
I've heard. It's
But
just like, scary.
the system is just not good. The system is not good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be back. I mean, I was there for the earthquake. That was my first experience of ever living without power. That's the dog. Sorry. I didn't handle that so well. I got a little nervous. I lived on like the 15th floor of a building, so I had to walk up and down, and I have way too much privilege to realize that that's not that big of a deal. So, I mean, it kind of kicks you in the ass a little bit and like, hey, this isn't so bad. All the stuff they had to go through with the hurricanes, they're tough as nails. I've learned so much from them. I admire them. I got too scared to stay.
Yeah. I love Puerto Rico just like you. So I hope you go back.
I will.
But you better get used to the power going out.
Oh, God. It's all the time. Once a week. Click.
You better get used to that. Ty, nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
Good night. Yeah, if you can't deal with the power going out, you can't live in Puerto Rico. That is just the reality. You can't live in Puerto Rico if you can't deal with the power out.
Hi, David.
Hello. Hi, what is your name?
Marie.
Okay, where are you in the world?
Galloway, New Jersey.
Okay, what's your new normal?
My new normal is I work in a healthcare. I work at the nursing home. I have a grandson that I'm raising. He's 6 years old. It's kind of hard because you have to have a lot of patience, and him not be able to go to school, like between me working 10 hours in the nursing home and coming here and working with him. Let me load down the volume. Hold on. Try to work with my grandson is not easy because he's autistic, and he doesn't pay attention to, like, it's hard. It's not easy for me. You know, I'm on vacation right now, so I'm taking my time to spend my time with my grandson. Being in the job is not easy because I am supervisor for the facility, and I have to provide my own mask because they don't have no mask.
You have no masks.
No.
And if the boss can't get one, then the people who are working at the ground level can't get one either, right?
Well, we trying to get, like, some people, they making their own masks and they like giving us away. Like the workers, like my mom, she's making her own and she's giving us away too. But we out of supplies too.
That's a shame. Your nursing home is trying to get some, I assume?
They asking for donations.
Wow. Do you have any infection? Any infected?
So far, thanks God, nothing. We haven't got nobody with the virus. Yes.
None at your place. And I guess I guess you're in a position under the president's national emergency order. No one is allowed to visit nursing homes, correct? So nobody can
No,
go
we
in.
in lockdown. Nobody can go in.
Yeah.
We wear gloves. I got my staff trying to disinfect as much as we could. Personally, I take temperature as soon as everybody come in, all different shifts. But so far we haven't got any case. Thank God.
Paddington, give it here. Well, I tell you what, you got a lot on your hands. I mean, just with that job, thank God you have no cases. You know, there's nursing homes around the country that are just in really bad shape. Really bad shape. People are dying, others infected. All right, I'm gonna have to take that ball away. And then there's actually one in California that I did a story on recently where the nurses didn't show up. They didn't show up. The workers didn't show up. So
no, so far we didn't have that problem.
Yeah. Hold on just one second. He has other balls, so I'm not, taking away his dignity. Well, anything else you want us to know? It sounds like you got a lot on your plate at work and at home. How old is your?
My grandson, he's 6. I really want to tell to everybody if they don't have to step out unless it's grocery or something very important, not to step out, because I really don't want to get out. The only way I get out is to go to work and just to get grocery. And my grandson, he will not get out at all because he's asthmatic. Besides that, so I'm not gonna expose him because I know he likes to touch stuff and he gets medication. He's very hyper too.
Yeah.
So I'll keep him in here. Between my daughter, we take turns. She watch him and I go out. My boyfriend stay here and we take turns. That's what we usually do. And I'm actually from Puerto Rico. I'm from Ponce too.
Ponce. That's a hell of a new normal, my friend. You definitely got a new normal, but you're making it work. So I'm glad you could join us tonight from New Jersey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do for Puerto Rico. God bless you.
God bless you, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
You have another ball. Why are you making hay out of that ball? You got 3 other balls. You got that sock again? You better not eat that sock. You don't know how many things have a hole in them now. Hello? Hello? Come sit with me. Okay, well, that person ain't paying attention. So we will move right on along. Where is your ball? Get the other ball. Okay, play with that one. That one won't make noise. I talk to him as if he understands, right?
Hello.
Hello, what is your name?
Vadim.
Okay, where are you in the world?
I'm in New York City, in Chelsea.
Chelsea, okay. And I'm not too far away from you. What's your new normal?
My new normal is washing my groceries for 1,000,000 hours until I'm not freaking out about oh my God, my hair. Until I'm not freaking out about whether they're this is too dark here. Whether they're clean enough or not. It's also it's such a like a mental game, like if I decide that I want to go outside for a walk early in the morning when there's no one, even when there's less people out, I think about it twice. Like, did I wash my face mask last night? Do I wear gloves? Do I not wear gloves? So, but I mean, it's not different than anybody else, especially in the city. And then it's also the 7 o'clock hanging out the window and clapping for essential workers, which sometimes feels really boisterous and beautiful, and then sometimes just makes me weep. It's also, it's interesting because I live alone, and so I see people, if I'm walking out in the street and I see people from like 6 feet away, I'm like hungering to make eye contact and hoping that people will be looking at me when I'm looking at them, just to feel that human contact. In terms of work, I'm working from home, so I've got that that piece of the puzzle has started feeling pretty normal. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I really have to take a shower right when I get up to feel like I'm starting this day, and I'm walking from my bed to my desk feels like I'm walking to an office. Some other days I'm like, oh, it's 7 o'clock at night. I haven't taken a shower yet, you know. So, I mean, I don't think it's particularly different than a lot of people's, but I think we're all going through the same thing, and I think talking about it is immensely helpful so that we don't feel as alone, you know.
Oh, you make it worth it. Thank you for being so candid. Do you feel lonely?
Sometimes I do, yeah. Yeah.
Do you get bored?
No, because I'm hopelessly addicted to the internet and to the phone and so sometimes I just have to stop reading articles. I just sort of devour everything I can find in the New York Times or the Washington Post or whatever source happens to be in front of me, either by looking at the website or by looking at what my friends are posting on Facebook. Today I decided I needed to watch funny things, so I started Schitt's Creek from like the first season because I think I'd only seen one season or two and I totally forgotten about how it went. So, yeah.
People rave about that.
But I do. I mean, and you can probably tell I'm an extreme extrovert. So, I end up catching up with friends on FaceTime. Also, I'm also from Puerto Rico, and I'm among the millions who feel incredibly grateful to you for what you did, especially during the hurricane. And I happened to be in Puerto Rico for my parents. I grew up in San German. I don't know if you ever went there.
I have not gone there, but I know where it is.
You should go. It's a really beautiful, like, colonial town. I'm sure you've heard there's a church there that was built in 1614, which is now a museum. It's called Porticelli. I don't know if you've heard about it, but you should. It's a beautiful, beautiful town. You should go the next time. Anyway, I was there from December 31st until January 13th, and it is in the Southwest. So I went through the earthquakes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How did you give me that song?
And I had lived in LA for like 3 years in the mid noughts, and I never felt earthquakes in LA like I did when I was in Puerto Rico. I remember thinking.
I agree. I lived in California for 10 years.
Yeah. Were you there when any of the bad ones happened?
Yeah, I was on the 10th floor of the hotel in San Juan when the second one hit. That would have been the 6.0.
Yeah, but you were in San Juan. You didn't feel it like we did in the Southwest.
Right.
So I was there. And I was staying with my mom, who's 86, and I'm like, there's no way you're staying here. So I brought her back to New York with me. She'd also been with me for like 3 months after the hurricane, so I already had practice in having her here. And then her sister, who was also in her 80s, died on February 9th. It wasn't completely unexpected, but we flew home on the 10th of February. And thank God the earthquakes were better because I left her there. But the plan was that if they weren't any better, I would bring her back with me. So I would be freaking out even more right now if my 86-year-old mother were in New York City with me. But anyway, part of the new normal is that I FaceTime with her like 3 to 5 times a day to just sort of keep my eye on her, make sure she's okay.
And she's 86?
She is, yeah.
I love that at 86 she's like FaceTiming, you know, how hip.
Yeah, well, you know, she has a slight tremor. She has an iPhone, so she has a little tremor, and she can't really dial, but a couple of years ago I set it up with Siri. Like I taught her how to use Siri. So she'll know how to tell Siri to FaceTime with me, and yeah, she's kind of a pro at it now.
Great. Well,
and I was going to say, you picked me for this same kind of interaction a couple of nights ago, and the moment you picked me, my mom called, and so it went away.
Oh, well, I always appreciate people who are comfortable showing vulnerability, and so thank you for bringing a little vulnerability to the conversation.
You're welcome. Thank you
very
for
much.
talking to me. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Just chill out. Sit down. Sit down.
Hi, David.
Hi, what's your name?
Maria, we have talked like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, do you have an update?
Well, here in Puerto Rico, I am a little frustrated with our government, with all of the stuff that is happening. So,
We're listening.
yeah, do you hear me?
No, I hear you loud and clear. Tell us. Tell us
Okay.
what your frustration is.
So,
There's a lot to be frustrated with the government.
the things that are happening with the money and all the tests that they were supposed to buy from Australia, and that didn't happen. So it's I think, I don't know, it's like they are making us to remember things from Maria, and it's very frustrating because everyone is doing what we have to do, staying at home, and they are just like playing. It's the way that I feel.
I hear you. I hear you. And to be clear, you live in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? Where on the
San
island?
Juan. San Juan.
San Juan. Okay, got it. All right, because somebody was just saying, is she from the island? So yeah, she's from San Juan. All right. Well, listen, we're all following what's going on there, and if I wasn't doing quite as much with the pandemic, I probably would be a little bit more dogged about trying to get some information. I'm looking at, there was just something that came out now. Federal authorities are investigating
That's
the
right.
alleged.
And we have a task force of doctors here in Puerto Rico. In first hand, we were very, very proud because they and helpful, because there are the people that we need to follow, because they are the one who knows, what is happening, and the persons that are the one that have to be with the government to tell them what to do. But now there are news that these doctors has been part of the party of the Partido Nuevo Progresista. They have been donors of money for the campaigns.
Right.
So
Right.
they are like, it's frustrating for us, because it's like we are in an emergency and you are just like doing what you don't have to do.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Listen, a lot of people are frustrated. I feel like there's a constant frustration with politics in Puerto Rico.
That's right.
If there's one thing that is somewhat encouraging, is that the FBI appears to be investigating, and so that's good. So I'm glad we could bring you back on, and thanks for sharing your frustration with us.
Yes, stay safe.
You're welcome. Have a good night, love.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Paddington, you gotta go in here because you're biting all the wrong things. Got to put the boy in his little pen. It's dark in here, so I can't really see it. So I'm like, depending on, I'm basing what I'm hearing. I'm like, I know he's eating my shirt. Oh, he's eating my socks. I think I threw away like 4 articles of clothing this week that Paddington dug a hole in. So. Hi.
Hello.
What is your
Hello,
name?
David. My name is Joshua.
Okay, Joshua. Where are you in the world?
I'm in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay. What's your new normal?
Well, it's funny. My new normal has been something I've already been used to for quite some time, even before the pandemic, really staying at home, not really doing anything. But it's weird because normally for somebody like me, it's a bliss, but now it's almost like a prison because I really would like to get out. I have tons of friends that I want to see again, and I can't really. I'm stuck here with my grandmother, and I have to be here, of course, until everything blows over, which I'm fine with that. So really, that's all my new normal is, really.
You said you said you were staying at home before the pandemic. Had you lost your job or something, or?
No, well, actually, I've never worked. I was actually looking for work this year. Okay. I remember applying for an internship in the ABC 5 because I'm studying communications, and I guess that's out of the window now as we speak, unless if they still have my application somewhere when all this blows over. So right now we're depending on government checks, obviously, that my grandmother has, but I don't really use it much for anything other than just buying food and stuff. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I am still continuing my online courses in Sagrado. I study in Sagrado. And funny enough, one of my classes was documentary. And we were doing a documentary about the circus festival that was going to be happening around March in San Juan. And right as we were filming midway, the head person in charge of the documentary had a call from one of the performers who was stuck in Italy right when the lockdown was about to happen. And interesting enough, we got that on tape. And now we're trying to figure out how we can edit all of the footage that we have and make up a new narrative that involves the coronavirus, because our topic was about a circus festival, and now our circus festival is canceled due to the pandemic.
So can I offer you some advice?
Sure.
That's your story. Don't try and rewrite the story. Make that the story. So, if I remember the name of the movie, I think it's Invictus that won the Oscar. And it was a story about biking, and it turned into a story about doping. Because in the process of doing a documentary about biking, the guy came across some of the most scandalous information not yet known. He revealed it in a documentary. People were arrested. Russia was banned from the Olympics. It was huge. So that's your story, right? You went in to do one thing, and in the middle of a thing, a pandemic happened. That's the story. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Most of my crew are already thinking the same way, like you and I. We're gonna implement that to the documentary.
Good. Well, nice to have you on.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yes. Good night.
I just wanted to give you a call for an appointment. What's good?
Hello? Hello?
What's your name?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hi, David.
Well, hello. What's your name?
Vivian, how you doing? I love
Hi, Vivian. I'm well.
Yes.
Where are you?
I'm in Palm Bay, Florida.
Palm Bay. Okay. Tell me about your new normal.
Go get mommy, Charlie. My mother loves you. go to work, I come home, I go to the groceries. My mom lives with us. She's 88 years old. We're both from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're having a hard time hearing you just a little bit. I think the Bluetooth with the headphones is a little
Loud.
a little delay, but that's okay. So what did you want us to know about your new normal, love?
I just come home, like I said, I go to work, and that's basically it. And just, it's very frustrating to hear what's going on in Puerto Rico, because I keep up with the, with the news there. And by the way, thank you so much for what you've done for my island. I'm just so grateful for what you've done. Very grateful.
Thank you.
You love it. I know you love it there.
I do.
And
I love
thank
it.
you so much.
I love it a lot. So you're taking care of your mom, right? 88?
Oh yeah, she's 88 years old. She does everything for herself. She lives with us, but I work in the health field, and my husband works in the health field.
Okay.
And so we make sure we don't come in with our clothes from work on, and that's my normal of every day before the pandemic. So
What do you do in the field?
I am a CNA, HHA, yeah. So I've been doing it for 28 years.
Do you work at a hospital, a nursing home?
Yes, I work in a nursing home.
Okay.
Yes, I work in a nursing home.
Do y'all have any COVID cases there?
No, we don't. No, we don't. Actually, I should say I used to work in a nursing home. I'm doing hospice now. I'm doing home care.
Oh, God,
So,
you are doing the Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, can we tell your mom hi before we say goodbye?
Sure, Mom. Come here. He wants to see you. So he wants to say hi. Just a minute, David.
Okay. What's her name?
Gladys. She's from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
That's a good
She
one.
used to be a teacher and a social worker.
Your phone's breaking
Say
up.
hi.
Oh.
That's David Begnaud.
Yeah.
Say hi.
I know.
She can't hear you. Hold on a minute. Go ahead.
Hello, Miss Gladys.
Hold on. Let me shut this off, David. Hold on. Say hi. Hello, baby.
Hello, Miss Gladys.
Hold on. What did you say that? You can't hear her? No. Oh, mommy, you messed it up.
Hi.
Ahora con esta oigo. Okay, she can hear you now.
Okay, we just wanted to say hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I told him you're 88 years old. Yes, I'm 88. She has an iPhone. She's pretty good at it.
I love it. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That's very sweet. Okay.
I already did it.
Hi,
Hi, what is your name?
my name is Leslie. How are you?
Leslie. I'm well, thank you. Where are you?
I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Tell us about your new normal.
My new normal is now quarantining, of course. I'm in the dental field, so I miss my patients, of course. I do go into the office, just to check in on, voicemail and, things to, that I have to check at the office, but I have to be at home now. My wedding was scheduled for April 25th. So now my fiance and I had to postpone our wedding, and we are hoping that our new date for July 25th will happen. So other than that, just staying in, organizing, getting ready for getting back into, back into the normal everyday life that we all miss. The other day, I live in a well-to-do area, and somebody tried to break in. So now I have a concealed weapons license. So now I feel I have to carry, and it's different. This new norm is very different for us, but we're, taking it day by day.
It's interesting. I thought most of the troublemakers would lay low.
That's what I thought, and it was scary. This happened last Friday, and it was luckily, with all the surveillance, that I have in the home, I still felt
Violated.
Yes, but so now I walk my dog. I'm always carrying, and it's just different. But I think the most devastating thing for my fiance and I was that we had to, postpone our wedding that we've been planning for 16 months, but all is well.
There was a couple in in Colorado who officiated their own wedding, because I didn't know that in Colorado you can do that. So they had it at home alone. They got married, did their nuptials together. It's terrific. I posted the pictures. It was great.
My friends told me to do, like a virtual wedding, but we have so much invested financially, emotionally into this wedding that this is both of our second rodeos. But I wanted my daughter to, watch her mom, get married, because she didn't get to see, her father and I get married, obviously. We're gonna do it. We're gonna wait it out and
get that second rodeo right.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you from Orlando.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Leslie. Good night.
All right.
Why are you whining? Why are you over there whining? You got 4 toys in front of you. Hello?
Hey, David, hi, how are you?
I'm well, sir. What is your name?
Carlos Castillo, how are you?
Carlos, I'm well, thank you. Where are you in the world?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, okay. So tell me what the new normal is.
Just work, come home, and help out my wife with my daughters around the house, and that's basically it. Just cook.
Now, what type of work do you do? So you're still going out?
Yeah, I'm in law enforcement.
Okay, all right. What kind of personal protective gear do you have?
We're using the PPE mask and the N95 mask.
N95. Do you wear gloves?
Yes, I do.
Are you all 1 to a car or 2 to a car?
2 to a car.
And how many members the NYPD announced tonight? I think I posted it a short time ago. I think 19% of the force, 19% is out sick right now.
Yeah. I mean,
how many of you guys are sick?
I don't know the exact numbers, but unfortunately today we just had another member who passed away from COVID-19.
Wow. Do you worry about yourself?
I mean, of course, but I worry more about my family, actually, obviously, than myself. So,
is there something you do differently now?
Well, my wife makes me shower at work before I come home.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like while you're out on the job, like if you might enforce some things, you kind of let those slide because right now you're wanting to do as little interaction with people as possible. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Unless it's something really serious to the effect. But yeah, I mean, you want to try to do there's less contact with everyone. You know, I don't know if you can understand where I'm coming from, but
oh, I totally I totally do. Look, I mean, the reality is you got to protect the guys who are here to protect us, and
correct.
And the less contact you have, the less exposure you have, the less vulnerable you are. That's the bottom line. Last thought is yours. What do you want us to know?
You know, I just, I wish everyone would listen to what our government is trying to enforce. They want us to stay home. I mean, a lot of people aren't listening. So, and it's hard for us to get back to the norm if people aren't listening to what they're telling us or what they want us to do. So,
well, thank you for what you're doing, and stay safe.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you. Have a good night.
You as well.
Hello.
Hello. Is your
How
name
are
Lauren?
you?
I'm well,
Yes.
thank you. Lauren, where are you in the world?
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
So
Tell me
not
about
far. So I actually work at CBS, and I have wanted to meet you for a really long time.
You work at our CBS, like CBS News, the national news?
Well, so you know what? 2 weeks ago I started at CBSN. I've been at CBS and New York, our streaming platform at local. And I
Yeah.
just transitioned 2 weeks ago. And you know what? I have
Wow.
to just tell you, I have just always been inspired by you for the 2 years that I've worked there. Yeah, just your storytelling. It's so powerful. Even the past just weeks I've been watching these stories, and I've always wanted to get on live with you, but I've been too nervous. I said, tonight's the night. So
I thank you, and I'm so glad you did. Tell me what your new normal. Welcome to
Thank you.
CBSN at the national level. So, what is your new normal now? Are you working from home, doing stuff for
I
CBSN?
am.
What are you doing?
Yes. I am very impressed by the setup and how just everyone's able to pull off what they're pulling off. So right now I just have my personal laptop, so I'm still waiting on a work computer. So I have limited access, but really what I'm doing is I'm just shadowing and learning as much as I can just from my coworker. So I'm on a Zoom call, and it's so crazy to see the control room setting on a Zoom platform, and the anchors all working from home, and we talk to the anchors through the phone, and hear the directors through this. So it's pretty.
Where are the directors, the people punching the show?
So I think their setup is in New Jersey. It's at someone's home. So that's what I've learned. But
That's amazing.
I'm not exactly sure. So it's this Zoom wall that's like our control room. It's from someone's home in New Jersey. And then we're all kind of making it work. So I'm
cool.
very, very happy and thrilled to be joining this team, especially at a time like this where it's just
Absolutely.
insane.
Listen,
I want to know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
I just want to know more about your new normal. You've probably already talked about this. I'm sorry if I've missed out, but just seeing the correspondents and the reporters and the anchors all working from home. I can't even fathom what you guys are doing and how you're putting this together.
Well, so my new normal is not traveling, which I'm very happy about because the traveling gets real old real quick. So I'm really happy about that. Number two, I was going live from my home, which there was not a world in which I would have ever seen that happen.
Right.
My new normal is going about 500 yards from my front door to stand in front of the hospital ship Comfort.
Wow. I've been seeing your live shots.
Where I've been doing my reports. And my new normal is having, this is going to sound terrible. But y'all know me, I'm totally honest. Cleaning up after myself. Because one of the things that I indulge myself in is some people spend on lavish vacations, and I spend on things around the house, including folks who come in and help me, because when you're on the road and you're on the road for 5 days and you come back, the last thing I want to come back to, Lauren, is like an empty refrigerator and a messy ass house, you know?
I get it.
So it's funny because the people who come in to help me, I've been calling them and saying, living on my own is quite interesting here, you know? So these are first world problems, but, and I'm missing my partner, you know, being alone by myself with the dog. It's nice to have the dog, but God, it would be so much better to just go through it with him, you know, and
Yeah.
to have
Where is
someone
he?
here. He's in Los Angeles. So, and
Oh,
he feels the same
wow.
way. I mean, we wish
Yeah.
we were together, but thank you for asking. That's very considerate of you. And listen, for everyone who may not know, CBSN is our national platform. It is our digital
Woohoo!
platform. So you can watch it anywhere. Your phone, your Apple TV.
Yep.
It's cbsnews.com/live. It's so easy. You can download the CBS News app, press the live button. It is great. It is at your fingertips. It is CBS News, essentially on demand. That's what it is. So,
Yeah.
Lauren, welcome. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. It was so great to meet you virtually. I've seen you in the building and I've been too scared, so I'm glad this worked out.
So next time,
I will.
flag me down.
I will, whenever this craziness ends. Bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi, David.
Hi, there's a horrible delay, love. I think it may be your earpods that are.
Oh, no.
Hi, can you hear us? All right, so my apologies to her, but there's some reception issues, some audio issues, so we apologize. We'll try and get you back.
Hello.
Hello.
God, I'm so embarrassing.
Hi, what is your name?
My name's Christine Ledoux.
Okay, nice to meet you. Where are you in the world?
Nice to meet you. I'm an American. Have a little out of short of breath. Actually, I just had a corona test on Thursday because I started having symptoms. So I'm self-isolating in my bedroom from my husband and daughter right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm American, but I'm in the Alps and outside of Innsbruck, Austria. Sorry, we border Italy. So we have been self-isolating since March 9th and have been on lockdown since about a week after that, I guess. So we've been in the house for about a month now.
Okay.
And my husband is vulnerable. He has high blood pressure and he had a lung collapse from a bike accident. And our 9-year-old daughter has a growth disorder. She receives injections at the hospital every month. So I became the shopper. I've been the essential shopper. And I've been taking really crazy precautions. I've been, this is so dumb, but I've been wearing my Jesse Pinkman costume out shopping. I have I have it, but I'm not going now. It's a yellow suit and the blue gloves. And when I first started doing it, people were just here, you know, the Germanic culture in Austria is not as light as America. So they thought it was really weird. The younger people laughed, but I did it as a joke, but I also did it to protect myself. And I have been wearing gloves. I've been wiping down the car. I've been doing everything right. I don't know what happened, or I kind of know what happened is I did one shop and I just got lost. I forgot to wash my groceries. And I don't know if that's what happened, but on, just a minute, on Thursday, I woke up with a fever and a little bit of a cough and some shortness of breath. And so I called the hotline, and that same night, Thursday night, I got a test, which was very surreal for me. I don't know if anyone else has done it yet or if it's the same where in the rest of the world, but we had a drive-through. It's like a warehouse, and they sent me a text message with a special code, and went there, and the policewoman came out to meet my car. I had to show the message, and then I had to drive up to this like warehouse. Then the garage door opened, and then I drove my car in. Then the door shut behind me, and then somebody took my information when I stopped the car. Sorry. And then there were some people in suits ahead of me that did the test. So I don't have the results yet, and I was told that I need to self-isolate from my family until I do.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from San Francisco.
Okay, but y'all are on vacation.
No, I live here. My husband's Tyrolean. I've been here
Oh,
for
you
14
live
year
there.
Yeah.
Oh, you live there.
Yeah, our daughter was born here. And it's crazy because well, we have a lot of friends in Italy. We go there all the time. We were just there for our anniversary last year. We take day trips there. And we had our first case here in February. There were 2 young people in from Italy working in a hotel in Innsbruck, and right in the Old Town, and they brought it. And I remember when it first happened, and my sister in America and I chat a lot, and I was telling her, yeah, you won't believe it, it's here. And she's like, oh wow. And it was seemed so far away and so surreal, even though it was here. It didn't dawn on me until everything started happening in Italy, you know, how close we were.
Honey, save your breath. Save your breath. I'm getting nervous for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's harder at night.
No, I understand. Well, it sounds like the testing process is better organized than much of what we have here in the States, at least.
Really?
Well, I mean, look, we have drive-throughs now, but that operation of you made a call and you got an answer the same day, and they said, here's your code and come. I mean, that's pretty. I don't know that I've heard about that type of efficiency here, so that's impressive. Listen, I hope you feel better. I hope it's negative. But if it's positive, I hope it is as minor an experience as possible.
You know, I just want to say to you, this is the weird thing, and I don't know if anybody has proven this or not, because I've read different stories, but in December, we went to the Innsbruck Christmas market, and about 5 days later, I got deathly ill, like more sick than I've ever been, ever. My daughter got it, and my husband never got it. We didn't know about Corona. Maybe it wasn't Corona. Then in March, my daughter had ski week, and I don't know if you've heard, but there are about 2,500 people that are suing our country because they didn't shut down Ischgl, a ski resort, fast enough, and it spread. People went home, and thousands were testing positive after being here. My daughter had ski week, and about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days later, she came home and she was really sick. Now, so that's 2 times. And now I have this going on. So we're really confused. Are we continually getting it? Do I have it now? Do I not have it now? Did we have it in December? You know, and we couldn't get testing in March for her because it was too soon. And every time I called the line, it was dropping out, or they would say, oh, you have to have been around someone positive. There's this criteria you have to meet. And I think that's the same everywhere. You have to be around someone who tested positive, be in a
And you're in
zone.
Austria or Switzerland?
Austria. Yeah. And so back in March, we could not get her tested. They were just like, yeah, no, not happening. So on Thursday, when this happened to me, I was actually really surprised that I got tested, because we had been trying to get our daughter tested when she was sick in March. And like I said, I don't know. I've read conflicting stories, whether you can get it again. Maybe they don't even really know yet. I don't know. But I don't want a positive result, of course, because I don't want anything to happen to my daughter and my husband, you know, because they're both vulnerable. But I also kind of think, well, maybe if I'm positive, maybe they're positive, and maybe we're all okay. We're still alive, and maybe that's a good thing. And then maybe we're immune. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm just sort of in here numb, waiting. And my daughter doesn't really understand. She just thinks it's funny that she gets to FaceTime me from the room. So, yeah, sorry. But,
No, that's okay.
yeah.
Well, listen, keep us updated. I'm interested
will.
to know what your test results are.
Okay.
And, you know, look, they are safe so long as they're not around you, if in fact you are positive,
Well, that's a
you know?
horrible thought, but it's true.
But
Yeah.
it's the reality, and that's how you look out for them while looking out for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, to go to the hospital if the breathing becomes
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Tonight's kind of a weird night with it. I've been looking up, Googling crazy because I was trying to understand how the breathing works. I thought there were all these other major symptoms before you can't breathe, but
No. Let me be
I'm
very
noticing that it feels like it's getting narrower, you know, like
so listen. Let me be very clear that breathing is the one thing every medical expert has said. If the breathing becomes to the point where you are really struggling and it is making you scared, you should go to the hospital. Don't wait for other things. Some
Okay.
people are presenting at the hospital with an elbow ache, with a
Okay.
tummy ache. Like people are coming in with all kinds of things that they never thought they could have, right? But the
Yeah.
breathing, because this is a respiratory illness, is the most serious.
So
So
it
if
could,
I were you, I would stay off Google and I would
yeah.
listen, remember that it's better to overreact than not.
Yeah, you're right. And
Always better to overreact.
We
So,
are not overburdened here. The
all
health
right,
system, my friends,
but don't wait. Don't wait to go. Don't wait to go. If it's bad
okay.
tonight, go tonight. That's
Okay.
not my opinion. That's David
Yeah.
Begnaud, the journalist, telling you what
No,
every medical expert who I've listened to for the last 3 weeks has said.
I just don't want to scare my daughter, you know, and my friends are all really worried. I posted the picture. I took a secret picture of the drive-through. I felt really guilty doing it, but I wanted to show my friends what
Your
was happening.
daughter's going to be more fearful if you wait longer and you deteriorate faster, right?
Yeah.
So that's the risk. You wait, you deteriorate more, she's really fearful. You go now, it's fearful, but we're able to teach and give an understanding to her of why you went. Okay, so
Yeah.
don't wait.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thank
All
you
right.
for that.
Let us
This
know
is
how
really,
you.
oh, sorry. Do you
Go
want me
ahead.
to just comment on one of your pictures when I know? I don't. Hi, it's
Why
me
don't you
from
send me? Why don't you
Austria.
send me? Why don't you send me a direct message? Let me know.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
I'll do that.
But again, please don't wait to go to the hospital. Like
Okay.
Google is not your friend.
No,
Google
I
is not
know.
your friend.
You know,
Okay.
being self-isolated in here is torture because, well, it's torture for many reasons, but like you had another person on earlier he said, oh, I'm addicted to the internet and I'm entertained. And even when I feel terrible, I have my phone in my face at night. I'm laying there with the, you know.
Listen, don't, this is not something to mess around with. Go to the emergency room. Will you promise us that?
Yeah, I promise.
Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. Keep us posted.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
And stay safe. Okay. Stay
Thank
safe,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we'll wrap up with a reminder of the guidance and the advice. Everyone presents with different symptoms. It could be fever, it could be chills, it could be a dry cough, it could be shortness of breath. The shortness of breath is arguably the most critical because we're dealing with a respiratory illness here. If you are short of breath, go to the emergency room. If it's a shortness of breath that scares you, that leads to an elevated heart rate, go to the emergency room. They are waiting, they are expecting. That is the medical guidance that the doctors are giving. Okay? It's a Friday night. Guess where I'm going? Good night.